Welcome to this Java Break with BASIS. Today is part 2 of our BASIS Invests in Your Application Development series. This is a 3-part series. Part 1, which we covered last week, was the introduction to the production-ready business intelligence dashboard. We looked at the sales and accounting metrics that allows for management to make better informed decisions based upon pertinent, valuable information displayed in a graphical format. We had a demonstration of the features and functions of the Business Intelligence Digital Dashboard. In part 2 today, we're going to have a look at how you can get it onto your test or development environment. It'll then enable you to show it to your management and or your customers. In part 3 next week, we'll have a look at how you can customize the dashboard to work with your own data. Once you've completed the download of the demonstration, you will be able to show off the digital dashboard to your management on their mobile devices, like a tablet as displayed, or their desktop, or even their mobile phones. Why do we call it a production-ready business intelligence dashboard? Well, it's delivered pre-built with demonstration data from a real ERP system. You can download and install it to your development machine, and then we show you how easy it is to configure it to look at your data. No special work required to massage your data. You can merely adapt and adopt the store procedure code, which is standard business basic code, to point to your data files rather than the generic ERP data. And then present this modern business intelligence tool to your management or your customers. We have a very simple agenda today. Firstly, how do we get to see the Business Intelligence Digital Dashboard? Well, we have 3 options which we'll go through shortly. And then we'll quickly discuss how long does it take to install it. And then we'll take your questions. As mentioned earlier, we offer 2 categories of graphical widgets that display your sales metrics or accounting metrics. You're able to pop out a particular widget and then drill down into the components of that widget. And then finally, of course, you can export that data or bring it up in your favorite spreadsheet. So there are 3 ways for us to get this business intelligence dashboard to you. Firstly, you can download it from basis.com, or you can just download the zip file from the IDE user group wiki. And then finally, you can demonstrate those features just from our BBX showcase running on our cloud servers on the West Coast. Let's look at the first option, downloading from www.basis.com. So if you go to our webpage and you go to products and have a look at downloading the particular BASIS products, if you download the latest version, BBJ, and make sure you select the demos, you will get the fully fledged production-ready digital dashboard. Let me hand you off to Paul Yeomans, who will take us through a demonstration of how we can download and install the digital dashboard.
If you don't have BBJ installed on your development or production machine that's running Pro 5 or Visual Pro 5, you will need to get the latest BBJ. From the BASIS website, select Products and then Downloads. From there, select BBJ, Barista, and Add-on Software package from the list of BASIS products. On the resulting page, ensure that the product selector is set to BBJ and that the revision selector is at the highest rev number. In the next section on the page, select the 4th BBJ package that includes BBJ, Barista, Add-on Software, and Demos. Fill out the contact form and read and select the download terms agreements before clicking the download button. Once the jar file has downloaded, select it to launch the installation wizard and click through the steps as you see me doing, accepting the defaults. So now the installation has begun, and we supply you with some product billboards to review. Next is the configuration wizard, and we again click through, accepting the default settings. Fill out the license information form. Select the 30-day evaluation license. Start the license manager. And start the BBJ services, and we're done. With your BBJ download successfully installed, select the Demos folder, shown here in my Windows 10 machine, from the BASIS folder to launch the BASIS Launch Dock. The Launch Dock is yet another BASIS utility that you're free to use to launch your own applications. Select the Language and Interpreter icon and then the Application Building Blocks and Utilities icon. Lastly, select the Dashboard Example Program icon. This action launches the digital dashboard using data from the demo database. There are the graphical widgets that we explored in the last session.
Thank you, Paul. Let's look at our choice 2. Download the zip file from the BASIS IDE Wiki. This would require you to already have a BBJ installed on your test or development server. It needs to be version 17.10 or later, as the digital dashboard as delivered to you incorporates new features that only became available from 17.10 onward. So if you go to our website under Support, there you will find amongst our online resources that we have wikis. The one that we want you to look at is the IDE User Group Wiki. Let me hand you off to Paul Yeomans, who will take you through the process of getting into the wiki and retrieving the zip file of the demonstration set.
As Nico mentioned, the second way to get the digital dashboard if you already have BBJ, that is version 17.10 or newer, is from the BASIS IDE Wiki. The wiki is a development community environment which, if you have not already joined, you really should do so. You can learn about other development tools such as Eclipse, and you can make contributions to the content of the wiki. If you need an account, email sales@basis.com with your request, and we will get you set up. From the BASIS webpage, select Support, and from that page, scroll down to the Online Resources section and select the Wikis link. This takes you to the login page. If you are without an account, you have contacted BASIS Sales, and we have sent you an email with your credentials. Selecting the link in the email returns you to the login page to log in. Once that is done, you're taken inside the IDE User Group Wiki. There are loads of resources here, but notice the Dashboard Utility link in the Application Building Blocks section. Before we select the zip file download, note that there are some dashboard resources to be aware of. There's a link to the Dashboard Utility Overview, as well as sample code and tutorials, and a handy link to the README notes with the installation instructions. Selecting the zip file download quickly downloads the file, which you will then unzip using whatever tool you are comfortable with using. Since we already have BBJ on this machine, I expand the BASIS folder on my Windows 10 machine and select BBJ to launch the sysconsole. Type in Run and then the address of the path to the unzipped Dashboard Examples folder, and finally to the setup source file. I've forgotten the file name, so I'll open the prog folder to review the name, db example setup GUI.src. Select Enter, and at the login window, use the BASIS default credentials for now, admin and the password admin123. Then select Begin Setup. This is a quick installation process. We are delivered the application URL, and we should save it and drop it into our browser, or we can simply click the Launch button. And there you have it. The digital dashboard is installed, complete with the 2 metrics tabs and ready to demonstrate with the demo data.
Thanks very much, Paul. Now, how long does it take us to install this? Well, funny little story. Last week, after we generated the Java break, I asked our engineers to make it available on our website so that our customers wouldn't have to necessarily download it to get their first look at the digital dashboard. So I asked our engineers what is required. They said, well, we first have to install and configure it and test it on our test server. Thereafter, we're going to have to get the go-ahead from our system administrator for our production server to be able to load it and install it and configure it there. Well, that sounded like a lot of effort to me. Imagine my surprise when the engineer said, well, that'll probably take me about 30 minutes. And that's indeed how long it took. So this is not hard to do at all. Well, what happens if you can't wait to install it on your own machine? Well, we've got a third choice for you. You can run it instantly from the BBX Web Showcase and show it to your management and to your customers. So if you go to our web page, look at Showcase, and then select the BBX Web Showcase, and scroll down, you'll find the dashboard demos, and the very first line item there is a new one which encompasses the production-ready digital dashboard. That's hosted on our web server, which is running in an Amazon machine instance on the west coast of the United States. Let me hand you off to Paul Yeomans.
Thanks, Nico. Lastly, should you not have time to do the downloads and you're excited about showing off the digital dashboard, go to basis.com and select Showcase. Then the BBX Web Showcase. Scroll down the page to the Dashboard Demos section and select the Dashboard Example application to launch the dashboard in your browser. There you have it. Let's have a look at the production-ready digital dashboard that BASIS has built for you. BASIS dashboards deliver data as it happens and displays it the way you want it. They provide a quick method to measure performance, reveal patterns, and expose trends to improve business intelligence by visualizing your data. Dashboards save you time and money by making your data both easier to observe and more accessible. When we refer to the digital dashboard, we mean a collection of graphical data widgets displayed in a container frame. As you can see, there are a variety of formats in each widget. We've got bar, pie, and line charts, and report grids. The dashboard scales itself to the screen real estate available to it by resizing and reshuffling the widgets. Each widget can easily be organized by dragging it via the title bar and dropping it into the desired location. The other widgets on the dashboard rearrange themselves automatically to make room for the newly positioned widget. The widgets are organized by category to display on separate tabs. Here we have Sales and Accounting Metric tabs. Users have the option to temporarily close widgets to remove them from view. To view the full list of available widgets, click the Customize button to reveal all available widgets with a description and a sample image. This area makes it easy to add a hidden widget back to the dashboard. Some widgets have filtering options to refine basic reporting parameters. Filters are displayed as a drop-down list at the top of the widget. This allows users to quickly modify the content of the data being displayed. Widgets can be popped out of the dashboard for a closer look. The data points, bars, and slices are clickable to show the data values being displayed. Here are a couple of interesting widgets that highlight the power of data dynamically presented graphically or in grids for informed decision-making. The Top Sales Reps Year-to-Date widget is a good example of the drill-down function. It looks like Judy Peterson is our top sales performer, but what exactly is she selling? By clicking in her slice, we can view a grid displaying her sales by product category and look back at last year's sales for a comparison. Need to share this information with Judy or the management team? The data in the grid and the charting itself can easily be exported or shared. What is the product mix of our top customers? Well, we could run a report and read through the pages and study the figures to get a sense of who is selling what, or we could have a look at the product mix for top customers widget to quickly assess the trends and make informed business decisions. Hillsboro Bike Center has decent overall sales, but is missing out on accessories and bike component sales. We better get this graphic to the sales department along with all the sales data in a spreadsheet. The Sales by Customer Type widget provides another example of drilling down to increasingly detailed information. We see the total sales by type, but we want more performance information on the dealer sales total. Note that the dollar figure is a hyperlink, and selecting it adds a new tab to the top of the widget and displays each customer's sales totals. Want a more detailed look at Everest Industries? Just click on their customer number to add still another tab with Everest invoices and their invoice totals. Need to review invoice number 5127? A click adds still another tab with the invoice details displaying the item numbers and their quantities. To review the accounts receivable aging totals, we could again run a report, but columns of numbers can be very difficult to quickly get a sense of what the current situation is and what actions need to be taken. Over on the Accounting Metric tab, let's have a look at the AR Aging Totals widget. The more than $4,000 over 60 days old is a bit concerning. Which customers should my team focus on to get these invoices paid? Everest Industries has $1,800 of the total, and the Fitness Center has almost $1,100. Let's focus on getting payments from those two customers. The production-ready dashboard immediately adds tangible value to both character and graphical applications using Pro5, Visual Pro 5, or BBJ through the addition of this modern business intelligence tool.
Thanks very much, Paul. Or what's left of our three-part series? Well, part 3 is coming up next week on September 5th, and there we'll take you through the process of customizing the dashboard to work with your data. At the end of this process, you'll have a production-ready business intelligence dashboard showing your business's data. It immediately adds value to your applications, turning your legacy software into a modern, very useful tool for business managers to make better informed decisions. So in summary, what have we covered today? We had a look to see how we could get to see the business intelligence digital dashboard. We looked at the 3 options: downloading the product with the demos, 2, downloading a zip file, which needs at least BBJ 17.10 and above installed on your machine. And finally, we showed you how you could just simply go to our BBX Web Showcase on our cloud instance and run it on your own devices and demonstrate it to your customers and to your management. Finally, we looked at how long it took to actually do an installation. And now we'll take your questions.